Hey there, everybody. It's Kristen DiDomenico, and today I've got my personal training hat on, and I want to try to help you get started lifting heavy stuff. We'll keep it PG. But those of you who know me, I get pretty passionate about this because I myself have really had to look at my exercise and change things around to meet my body where it is today on the other side of menopause, right? So we really need to focus on building muscle. That doesn't mean getting bigger or bulking. And to do this, though, we do need to lift heavier weights. And the first thing I like to start with clients before we, put on the weight, the weights on the barbell, that is. And we will start to lose weight, by the way. This is the more muscle mass we have, actually, the more metabolically flexible and efficient we are at rest, meaning the more calories we burn during the day, right? So very different from cardio, which is we burn the calories that we actually are using during that time, and then nothing really shifts or changes once we're done. So we can refeed and kind of over, really, nothing's changing, right? We're just putting in the calories we just burned. And there's nothing, look, cardio is super important. I'm about ready to do a spin with some clients myself. So I like to keep it zone 2 on the cardio side. But today we're just going to get into the strength. Zone 2, by the way, I'm going to go back. I'm kind of cardio zone 2, and we definitely want to get a little bit of that stress in there as far as short intervals, right? But not too much, right? This overdoing for a period of time, like a long time of on and off, that just causes our body to be more in a stress state. And we know in menopause that really works against us. So we want to focus on strength training and getting some cardio in, especially for the brain. It makes us feel good. It gets those dopamine receptors going, and serotonin is flooded, and so we want that to feel good, right? For sure. But as far as really working with our body at this stage in life, whether it's losing belly fat or, dealing with all the symptoms, maybe it's anxiety, mood, strength training is such a good protocol to add in to your daily, weekly, monthly, yearly routine. And so anyway, I want to start with the basics today. So again, when I start with clients, and today I'm working a lot with women on Zoom, right? Because that's helpful, right? So I want to make sure, we can do it from anywhere. We can really splice in the time. But when I start with someone, I'm going to make sure that they are set up for success, meaning that their body alignment and their structure, or the way that they engage their body in the workout, is the first thing we need to do. So I do something, Dr. Stacy Sims talks about this in her book, Next Level, and it's called bracing. And this is super important to prevent injury, to protect the joints, the ligaments, all the attachments, especially if you're somebody who might be dealing with, some knee pain or hip pain or back pain or shoulder pain. I mean, it seems like that's the thing at this stage in life too. So we want to really set ourselves up for success. So I do something called the grounding exercise, or bracing. And I want you to see my feet, because I'm going to go through this with you today. And this is where we're going to start. Before we get into, squatting, deadlifting, doing a pull, right, and a press. Those are the main things we want to be doing. A squat, a pull, and a press, right? Those are incorporating all the major muscles. So it doesn't have to be a super complicated routine. I like to stick with the basics with my menopausal clients, because this is what we need to focus on, really engaging those major muscle groups so that we can promote strength at this stage in life. Osteoporosis, a big issue for us. Moving into this stage in life, brain health, gut health, and again, the mood, sleep, weight, all of it. This is such a major component of how we work in this menopausal space together, how I coach my clients going through this phase of life, this second season. So anyway, let's get into it. So to brace, we are going to take our feet, think of your feet as clocks, right? Or hands on the clock. So our right foot is going to go clockwise, screwing into the ground. So I really want you to think of big toe, little toe, heel, screw it into the ground, really lock in. We start from the bottom up, right? Lock that in. Now take the left foot and go counterclockwise, screwing in. So right there, your base is solid. You've got your feet grounded into the ground, right? You're really solid there. Now we work up the chain. We come into the glutes and we tighten and engage the glutes. This is gonna cause the hips, I'm gonna move to the side real quick. This is gonna cause the pelvis to come into neutral position, like a neutral spine versus here or here, right? We don't want that, we want a neutral spine. So we're gonna stick with this, we're gonna ground, we're gonna tighten the glutes, that's gonna cause a neutral spine. And then we're gonna think of engaging this middle section. And when I say this, I think bring your rib cage together, right? Think of the ribs closing in and your pelvis and the bottom of your breastbone kind of coming in. So one thing we think of here when we brace that middle, we don't want to hold our breath, right? We want to just engage it in. So like somebody's going to punch you in the stomach, right? And you're going to tighten everything up. That's what I want you to do. So we're going to do that. Our shoulders are down and back. So now we've got a neutral spine. We've got our feet grounded, our glutes engaged, our core engaged, our shoulders down and back, head, neck, and spine in alignment. Now we're ready to go. Okay, so whether we're doing a squat, right? A hinge at the hip move, like a deadlift, right? We're grounded in. We do this with a press, right? Even if you're on a bench doing a chest press, right? Maybe your feet are grounded into the ground on the bench or even on the bench. Neutral spine always. And same thing with a row, a pull. We want that neutral spine. I like to do like a bent over row. That gives us that core engagement, glute, everything's got to be engaged. So for today, that's where I want to start with. So whatever you're doing, start with your body weight, right? And remember, it's a squat, a push, a pull, and we want to have this base of grounding. Super, super important. And we'll be adding on to this. But for today, take this exercise, grounding or bracing, really getting your body set up for success and really to be safe. That is the goal. We want to be able to challenge ourselves in a very safe way where we're not going to overdo, or put our body out of alignment when we go into lift weights. So here's to being in menopause and getting stronger every day. So I hope this was helpful. Have a great day. All right.